What's up, heathens? So, as you can tell, I'm feeling pretty festive today. Recently, I helped produce Genetically Modified Skeptic's charity live stream, along with my co-host, KC. We were both on the stream, and we produced it, so I hope that you guys enjoy this section of it. It's our section. We just pretty much read mean comments about Drew to Drew because of my impressive comment voice. So, I hope you will enjoy it.
All right. So, Godless Engineer, or how you say it on your channel, Godless Engineer.
I'm the Godless Engineer.
Oh, okay.
I started off with, what's up, heathens? How y'all doing?
You're a mess.
Oh God. Okay. So
that I am.
I'm about to hear some things I don't want to hear. Things that I just gloss over. I try not to think about at night. You know when you're laying in bed at night and you can't sleep and terrible things keep popping into your head? Those are the things you guys are about to show me, and can't say I'm looking forward to it. So let's go ahead and let's get some hate comments. I want to hear Casey's voice reading me some really nasty things.
Hey, your hate comments are like butterfly kisses compared to GE's hate comments.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, shit, pussy, apparently, because Godless Engineers are like, I mean, they are incredibly violent on his channel, but that's probably because he deals with flat earthers a lot, and I haven't touched on that. So.
Oh yeah, the flat earthers are special.
Well, I mean, it's not just the flat earthers either. I mean, we have religious people like that are not flat earthers that come in and they're like, "Hey, fat boy, how about you take the nachos out your ass for a minute and actually do some research?"
That's amazing, and you're not even in Texas, so it wouldn't even be nachos. It wouldn't even be Tex-Mex. What would you actually be shoving up your ass there in Alabama?
Bacon.
I was gonna say Taco Bell.
Probably bacon.
Right. I shoved Taco Bell up my ass. Godless Engineer 2017.
Please donate to Secular Rescue. Yeah.
We would really like to help out a bunch of people being persecuted elsewhere.
Ass tacos for a cause. Oh man. Okay. So that being said, what have you guys experienced as far as religious extremism?
Okay. Well, I'll let KC go first, and then I'll go.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we live in Alabama, so the whole Muslim extremism thing we haven't, well, at least me, I haven't really experienced too much. But, you know, in the South, people can be pretty vicious. I mean, we could lose our jobs, you know, for the things that we say and do. And so, I mean, it's kind of difficult, but it's not like we live in backwoods Alabama. We live, you know, near Huntsville, so Rocket City. We have lots of scientists and stuff here who still, believe it or not, believe in creationism. I work with people who have PhDs in sciencey shit and believe in creation. So it's very odd, but as far as extremism to where it harms people, except for, I mean, indoctrination, I feel like harms kids a lot. But besides that, nothing too serious.
Yeah.
Well, and for me,
my experience is kind of similar to that. I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's not so much like I don't really get with the whole extremism around here, but what I do get is like coworkers who get extremely mad whenever I say stuff like, "Oh, homosexuals are people like us." I mean, like there's no difference in somebody that's a homosexual and anybody else, because like there was one guy one time that we were having a discussion about it and about how, you know, the Boy Scouts were allowing like gay scout leaders, and so like it ended up like I walked away from the conversation after this point. The guy was just standing there looking at me, and he goes, "I don't want no gay scout leader in front of my boy," and I'm just sitting there like, this is not that serious of a thing, man. Like, we're just having a conversation.
Oh God, yeah, no, I totally get that. That being said, you guys are obviously alive, even though you attract hate from a lot of people and are blunt with what you say. And so, what do you guys think would happen if you guys were doing what you do in an Islamic state, like a lot of these activists were trying to help out?
Oh, I'd be dead.
Oh yeah, we'd both be dead.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, we don't go as far as say like Amos Yee, kind of thing. Because what he got in trouble for was disturbing religious sensibilities. But what he actually did was he fucked a Quran on video, and so I really don't. Like I'm not going to go that far, obviously, but I think that even my content would not be appreciated in those areas. Yeah. Although I have a fairly decently sized group that I run, and there have been people in there. Well, KC runs mainly. That have people in there that were from those kind of countries that have needed help, and so we've been able to direct them to places like Atheist Republic, who deals a lot with getting people out of those kind of bad situations.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I wanted to have Armin on here. It's very relevant to what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I think that's great. I'm friends with Allie Jackson, who runs Atheist Republic, and she I've sent people to her before when they've contacted me. Like, I'll have people send me private messages about being in trouble in a country and what can I do? Is there anything you can do to help me? And so I send them to Allie because I know that she has a lot of experience helping them. Yeah,
definitely. And for anyone who has joined and hasn't been watching since the beginning, which I could safely assume is the majority. I'm saying 128 watching right now. I think that's pretty good. We're not great debate community where I do live streams, so that's pretty good, I have to say. We are raising money for Secular Rescue, which goes into extremist countries where there are activists that are getting persecuted and just tries to extract from that situation. There are people that are killed all the time. I may venture to say every day for that kind of thing, just speaking out against it. And there has to be thousands of people who probably think similarly to the audience here, but just doesn't speak their mind in places like Saudi Arabia, Iran, things like that, because they know that they're going to be killed for that. And it's ridiculous that myself and Godless Engineer and Casey and Paul and Telltale and Thomas could not say what we say on our channels, which is it's peaceful stuff. It can be controversial, but it's peaceful ultimately, and we'd be put to death for that. But we don't face that because we don't live in a place where we have that kind of persecution. We're luckily protected, but we are trying to rescue people who are not protected from that in the least. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get a boost in donations. And while we are reading some horrible hate comments about me being an opie-looking dumbass, then let's see a nice donation spike. Remember, $250. I'm gonna do a SpongeBob laugh. Donate $50. You get to hear me talk like Joe. Whatever you want. All right, let's go.
Opie-looking dumbass.
What the hell does opie-looking mean? Like Opie from what is it? The Andy Griffith Show?
Pretty much. Basically, what this is meaning is like just a young strapping lad, right? That doesn't know what he's talking about. Maybe he looks like a dumbass. Just somebody who's unexperienced in the world or whatever. Sorry, I'm having to change this shit up real quick. Hold on.
Oh no, you're good. I mean, it's coming from the Truth Channel, so
well, obviously it's true.
Obviously,
it's got to be true. I mean, I'm sure he has faith that it is. You can also notice that I caught this one 2 minutes after it was posted. So I'm really glad I was able to toss this one in.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He calls a lot of people opie-looking dumbasses in my comment section. It's great.
Oh, so then don't take it personally. It's not about you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if it's not about me, it's my channel. God, like, he can't make it about me.
Well, okay. It's all about you.
Don't believe in God so you can be a slave to desire. Yeah, good call.
And I like how, I mean, it's obviously saved by grace through faith. So, I mean, part of being saved by grace is committing to be a servant of the Lord. And so if I'm a slave to desire, I'm not even necessarily saying that I am a slave to desire. I think that's kind of an assumption, but the person doing this, I think, would outright say that they're a servant of the Lord. So, you know.
Yeah, but I think they just called you a whore.
Oh, well,
Like-
okay. Well, okay. I don't shove Taco Bell up my ass, so
You're at least you're not a Taco Bell whore, right?
Right. Yeah, okay. Winning.
But I hate the whole idea that we're atheists just because we don't want to sin or we don't want to be held accountable for our actions or something like that. Like, I feel like that is really kind of demeaning our decisions to, you know, not believe in a God, despite the fact that everybody, you know, around us believes in a God.
yeah, I think that there's just a fundamental misunderstanding when it's coming from a very religious perspective. I mean, they see their lives as being a servant to something, and so everyone else, even if they're not Christian, must be a servant of something. So it's either, you know, they're a servant of God, or they're a servant of desire, or they're a servant of themselves, or a servant of the devil, which usually the last three are kind of all just mixed together there. But
Right, and-
yeah.
Well, I was going to say that, you know, these kind of comments really do highlight like the immediateness that Christians kind of fall into. Like, they think that things happen like immediately or fast or whatnot. So, like, you know, if you start drinking beer, immediately you're a drunkard who beats his wife and, you know, goes out on shooting sprees because you're drunk kind of thing, you know?
Oh,
You
God.
drink on streams.
I do drink on streams. I drink on streams while people are talking about how they sobered up.
You do. That's really funny.
Oh God, what do we got?
Oh, is this one mine?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have no experience. I don't know why you asked me here. I have no experience reading hate comments, but we'll see here. Dude, all your points are so selfish and inwardly thinking. If that is what you call living, I'm glad I have died to this world. Died to this world. I don't know where he died to. Heaven? Did he go to heaven?
No, this.
How do you write this comment? Do they have Wi-Fi in heaven?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it means. Died to this world. I mean, do you have any insight?
He's just saying that he's not a servant of the world. He's a servant of something else, basically.
Satan's
Oh.
dick. I mean, that's a possibility, right?
I don't know.
You know, Satan's dick's like a cat penis.
No, I
All
don't know
spiky
anything
and
about-
shit.
Oh,
Okay, so ducks have the most terrifying penises. Just totally off topic. Ducks have the most terrifying penises in nature. You don't Google that shit. Actually, go Google that shit, but just be really careful about doing it, because that is Satan's dick.
I thought that was cats that have the things that the spikes come out, like cat peni.
No, okay, yeah. So, guys. Okay, I don't really want to command anybody to look up duck dicks. But if anybody happens to, let us know what you think about that down there in the chat, because you're gonna be shocked. This is the closest I'll get to a trigger warning. But,
and then to show your appreciation to GM Skeptic here for introducing you to Duck Dick, donate to Secular Rescue.
yeah. So if
Secular
you're
Rescue.
horrified by duck dick, you got to donate $5.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my Lord, a friendly atheist drone. Like, I don't know why we got to be drones. Like, I feel like a lot of Christians do this. They say that we're drones and that they're the thinking ones. It's like, I don't think that means what you think it means.
Yeah, like Deflating Atheism said that I should be called the genetically cloned skeptic because that was so edgy. But he's like, yeah, he's just parroting everything that everyone else says. I bet he's never had an independent. Actually, I bet he's never had an independent thought. Honestly, I'm gonna have sunglasses. How do I like that?
Looking like Terminator. There you
Anyway,
go.
okay.
No, that's your deflating atheism from now on. It's I'm deflating atheism. All of you guys are philosophical dipwads.
I honestly, I don't
both are
resort to ad hominem You know, but in the case of these guys, with their somewhat recent statements of saying that atheists are like terrorists that hate all religious people and that they're cockroaches that need to be stamped out, I don't really give a shit about what is said at this point, because I don't really think there's a whole lot of coming back from that. So
Have you been to Catholic Mass?
I've never been, actually, no.
Okay, so if anybody in the chat has ever been to Catholic Mass, they sound like Borg. Literally, when they're doing their chanting, they sound like Borg. So I just think it's interesting that they go with the drone thing when that's what they sound like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. It's all in unison. So I can get that. We're the army of the Lord of Jesus, or we're the army of Jesus Christ, prepare to be assimilated, resistance is futile.
Well,
pretty much.
Well, you know, honestly, the Catholics, I mean, I was a Catholic too, growing up, and it's really ruined me on the whole Force aspect in Star Wars, because anytime in the movies where they say, "May the Force be with you," I'm just sitting there like, "And also with you."
All right, we got a $30 donation.
Woot.
And I'm trying to figure out who that was. I think they had like.
I saw Rib and Dust had donated.
That is a fantastic name. I like that.
Hey, somebody in the chat was happy that I referenced the Borg. I also have a comm badge tattoo. So yeah,
we're getting spicier than the memes that we just read.
All right, I love this one. You notice that you can see my posters, but you
put. Why did you cover your posters?
Well, I'm changing things. They're not going to be there necessarily. I'm working things out. There's going to be some changes on my channel, and not too long. But not necessarily content wise too much, but background and quality wise. But yeah, you're not going to be able to see them covered up. They're just there for reference as I'm getting things set up. But yeah, it looks a little funny right now.
Here we go. You believe in superheroes, judging by your posters. Those are gods. Get it? Same principle. They are representations of modes of being. Like, I have to commend this guy. He spelled representations correct. That's a hard word for these people. Like, you won't believe it. Like, I am in no way a great grammar or spelling kind of person.
No, he's not. I edit his shit.
But like people people, they regularly come on to like my channel, and they will I don't know if they purposefully misspell stuff or whatnot, but like last night I had a guy spelled science with no S at the beginning, and he did it twice. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Is it just me, or is this guy like, is this Jordan? He said they're representations of modes of being. Is this, what's his name? Jordan Peterson, or that's his name, right? Because that's maybe a very Peterson kind of thing to say. They're representations of modes of being. And you're like, dude, like use actual fucking words that everyone's gonna understand. If you can't explain it simply, then you don't know shit. I mean, that's a very rough quote of Einstein there.
Okay, yeah. David in the comments, Bullionator says his name though. So it's Max Bifacial McGurk. Like, I have to commend the the creativeness of some of these names on here. But yeah,
bifacial sounds dirty.
Yeah, he was the guy that went to heaven because both of his hands are full of penis.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I sent you that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
But no, yeah, for these kind of comments, I usually just I disregard them, because it's like, you believe in superheroes. It's like, oh yeah. I had one person one time call the pop cap or the pop vinyl dolls.
Oh, pop, yeah.
The pop vinyl dolls. I had some of those on my desk or in my little stage, and they were like, how can you or they were trying to say like, how can you be taken seriously with dolls on your desk or something like that? And I'm like, oh, you mean the pop vinyl figures that are collectibles that like everybody fucking has and they're not made for kids? Yeah, those.
They're dolls, John.
It's reading way too much into it.
Oh, here's another one. You go.
Oh no, you read this one because the other one should be coming up, and I want both of those.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Change your background. Enough superheroes. Choose a nature background or something. Besides that, I haven't heard anything I disagree with. Keep up the good work.
So he likes your shit, but your background you need to Bob Ross up your background there or something.
Put a nice happy little tree.
Do people know Bob Ross, right? Am I aging myself here?
Oh no, I know Bob Ross.
Okay.
If my audience doesn't know Bob Ross, I'd be a little bit surprised. So. But I just want to say I'm not covering this up because of that. I actually like my background, but I'm trying to. I mean, my content obviously somewhat serious. And originally, when I started out, believe it or not, I was actually going to do like a comedy channel. And I quickly realized that's not going to be happening unless I have like a co-host, because when I'm by myself, I'm not really funny. I feel like I got to be with other people, playing off other people. And I wasn't about to have a whole Bible Reloaded type show being like totally in the closet about all this. So yeah, I'm changing my original background to something slightly more serious. It's not gonna be quite this bland, trust me, but I'm not covering up the posters because of that. I get more positive comments about the posters than I get negative, but I get a lot of negative about them. So
you worship that garbage on your wall. You worship the world. You worship sin. You are full of shit. Okay, this is blasphemous because he's named the dude. The dude wouldn't give a fuck. The dude would love the superheroes.
I mean, I think that this was like the first comment I mean, you can see it's 5 months ago. I've been around just a little bit longer than 5 months anyway. But I mean, how bad do you have to be at insulting someone legitimately when you have to say that you worship posters on your wall? Like, is there anything that's acceptable to have on my wall that they wouldn't say that if they're that desperate for an insult?
Jesus.
I mean, a lot of Christians put Jesus on their wall. So, like, yeah. I mean, my grandmother, she had not only crucifixes hanging all over the fucking place, but also, like, framed pictures of Jesus. Like, it's bizarre. Yeah. So, I mean, sure. I guess I get what he's saying because that's their mindset.
Yeah. Very true. All right. Is the next one, Casey, is that one the one that you're reading?
No. They're not in any type of order.
Oh, okay, so the Truth Channel here I have to do this one because it's got
warning, if you have earbuds in, you might John reads all caps and yell, so just
earbuds beware. Okay. Ain't it funny how all these loudmouth atheists suddenly shut up? I'll tell you what, I'll debate every one of you on a live podcast by myself. I used to do this in college all the time. I debated an entire wing of one of the men's dorms on campus, probably about being gay. Come on, guys. This is why I laugh at all of you. You're about as confident as a virgin on prom night that could probably get more tail than me. Little pussies, every one of you. There's no God. There's no God. Wah, wah. Dumb, stupid infants, every literally damned one of you. Sometimes these are really difficult to recite. You gotta add a little bit more in there sometimes, which is, I took some liberties.
And I love how you were like, you didn't even say debate, you said debat.
Yes, I read them literally.
I'll debat every one of you fucks.
It's like, I'll come through and I'll take your bats away from you, hear me?
This is probably my favorite one.
John, can you please scream, I'll debate every one of you again?
I'll debate every one of you.
He was recording that or something. He's like, I'm gonna use it.
Oh hell yeah, that's gonna be my new text tone. Like, hey, where you at? Oh, to bat every one of you. Oh man.
All right.
My chest hurts now.
Let's see. Which one are you wanting to do?
The hair.
Oh yeah, the hair one.
Yeah.
I get weird ones about
There's
that.
two of them. There's two of them. Oh, this is a good one. Let's end on that one.
All right, what do we got?
There's one. There's one. We're getting to it. Oh, that one's funny. Go back to the other. I certainly hope no one on this thread is taking life advice from this 15-year-old. If he would stop trying to be the next YouTube sensation and actually do 5 minutes of research, he'd plainly see that essential oils enjoy quite a bit of scientific scrutiny. Foolish child.
Oh, man.
I'm not as funny.
Many of those, it's ridiculous.
Well, I asked John when we got these comments, I was like, how old is he?
Like, no, he's 16. He's 16, not 15. Don't worry.
Okay. That's the age of consent, so everything's fine as long as you have permission from the mother.
I had to ask my mom to even be able to talk to John today because he's a rather controversial and brash kind of guy.
Yeah, he is.
I say fuck way too much.
Yeah.
So, like, what kind of scientific scrutiny are these essential oils put under? Like, I don't know. I can just imagine, like, oh, hey, look, this guy said some scientific stuff and he uses them.
It's like that Himalayan sea salt lamp shit.
Yes,
that's so fucking dumb.
Yeah. The same thing. And everyone I know that does essential oil stuff, legitimately, actually has a Himalayan salt lamp. I mean, I know several people who have multiple, because they think it releases like negative ions in the atmosphere and makes you like happy. I don't really know, but as far as the actual scientific scrutiny behind essential oils, people always say, oh, just search on PubMed.com because that's the only thing they know about research. It's just an archive for a bunch of studies. And they're like, and even terribly designed like student studies are on PubMed. They're like, oh, go search on PubMed. So what you find is tons of articles that mention essential oils, and they're all testing the antifungal properties of essential oils on a cultured salmon slice in a petri dish. And
what?
I mean, that's no exaggeration. And they're like, look, it has studies about it. And you're like, yeah, it does, about how it can fucking make mold die on a slice of salmon. If that's water for curing cancer like you're acting like it does, then I apologize, but you're probably gonna die if you use that instead of chemo, which a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And it's pretty serious shit. If you get an argument about this kind of thing with someone and you say, no, but those studies they don't like actually prove any of your claims. They're like, oh, you just don't want to believe the truth because you saw the science and you still reject it. It's because they literally don't understand how science works.
Right. Well, we're not going to get to the two I wanted to do because there's one more that GE has to do real quick. But the two I wanted to do are about your hair. Apparently, it looks plastic and fake, and you should do something about that because your hair sucks.
In a minute, I'll have Rachel be the judge of that because she's definitely the most fashionable of all of the atheist YouTubers. But
well, apparently, your hair's a problem for some people. It really is offensive to a few people. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Are you ready?
This next one's pretty simple. Satan.exe says kill yourself.
Well, no.
Time to get the bleach.
And some pills here.
He just swallowed Tic Tacs for anybody.
All right, let's see how long I can make it, Rachel.
It's like, let's get the Pop Rocks and the Diet Coke and see how long before my stomach explodes.
Oh my god.
All right. So, well, I guess maybe Drew and I can go through these on a collab video from my channel so I can become more relevant.
God, that sounds amazing.
Thanks for tuning in, heathens. I hope you enjoyed those comments. Now, they're obviously a lot tamer than my comments, but hey, he's starting out. I'm sure he'll get some really mean ones soon. That being said, I hope you guys will consider liking this, commenting, as well as subscribing if you did enjoy this segment. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice, and I will see you heathens later.